Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
It's a delight to have
It's a
you all
delight to have you all
for the episode
for
12
the
of
episode 12 of
The Seeds of
The
Success in
Seeds of
Every
Success in Every Nation
Are Best Planted
Are
in
Best
Women.
Planted in Women.
Well quoted by
Well
Joyce.
quoted by Joyce Fund.
The literacy rate of
The
women
literacy rate of women is.
Ma'am, could you please
Ma'am, could you
please turn
please
off
turn
your,
off your.
I think there's a problem. Start again. Okay, great. Right. The literacy rate of women in India is only 65%. Ensuring that girls become educated is a multifaceted undertaking requiring community, school, and parental engagement and the ability to empower girls with the knowledge they need to keep themselves healthy and safe. Through the Lady Baazigar series, Project Guriya aims at inspiring young girls to be educated and empowered. Let me brief you about sarkarischool.in. Sarkarischool.in is an initiative of We Citizen Foundation, a think tank that provides a platform to highlight the hard work of individuals in the field of school education, uplifting the future of younger generations and those who are not related to government or any other government organization, but are helping the neglected strata of the Indian society. These peculiar innovators redefine the field of education with a lot of self determination and hard work, and thus deserve recognition. Sarkari School works on featuring unsung people who are underrated in this society. We give a platform to those people who have worked for the betterment of school education with a holistic point of view. Individuals who genuinely help government schools and underprivileged kids should have a voice and proper appreciation for their dedication and hard work. We at Sarkari School help them eradicate the dichotomy between the private and public sectors of education. The neglected strata of society need attention. Coming to Project Guriya, gender inequality has been experienced worldwide for ages. Though it has decreased over time, still girls face many kinds of discrimination. Girls are still being discriminated against in terms of various aspects as compared to the male counterparts. The primary aspect in terms of gender inequality has been experienced in education. Our project aims at increasing the enrollment of girls in elementary and primary education in government schools. We help government institutions to build safe learning space by spreading awareness and organizing distribution drives. The project envisions reducing the poor sex ratio in the classroom and supporting the little girls or guriyas to follow their dreams. Moving ahead, I would like to deliver the welcome address. Firstly, I would like to thank all of you for joining us for the 12th episode of the Lady Baazigar series. Today, we are delighted to have Ms. Hitashi Aneja with us. She is a sociology teacher in a leading school. She is also taught at IGNO and is also a life skills trainer. She has also volunteered with organizations like Nirmal Chhaya and Food for Hungry. She holds a postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling. Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing the event with your presence. Without further ado, I am sure all of us present today are excited to hear from you. I am thrilled to moderate the session today. We would love to
We would
hear.
love to hear.
We would love to hear
We would
more
love to
about
hear more about
your journey,
your
your ups
journey,
and
your ups and
downs.
downs.
Firstly, how are you
Firstly,
looking
how
forward
are you looking forward
to this episode
to
today?
this episode today?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Atulya.
Good
Okay,
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
all right. First of all, I would like to begin with the quote.
So, ma'am,
So,
um, I think we have some connectivity issues again. Unfortunately, our guest speaker is facing some connectivity issues. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm so sorry for the, to go backstage. There've been connectivity problems and getting from your end.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope there was no connectivity problem from my end only.
Sorry, ma'am. We were not audible. Sorry, ma'am. Could you
Sorry for
please,
yes. Shall we begin?
please? Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing this event with your presence. And without further ado, I'm sure all of us present here are excited today to hear it from you. I am thrilled to moderate the session today, and we would love to hear more about you, your journey, your ups and downs, and your driving force. Firstly, how are you looking forward to this episode today?
Okay. So, how do I look forward to the episode today? I'll begin with the quote. I speak not for myself, but for those without a voice can be heard. Those who have fought for their rights, their right to live in peace, their right to be treated with dignity, their right to equality of opportunity, their right to be educated. Unquote, Malala Yousafzai. And this quote I brought in here because I feel that this is the same kind of work Project Guria is doing for all the women whose voices are still unheard. So, and that is the reason I'm very excited to look forward to this conversation because I feel that the kind of noble cause that Project Guria is doing is really commendable. And it's not just for women, it's for all the people who want to get educated and who want to do something in life. So that's why I look forward to what Project Guria has in store for all those people who are underprivileged and want to do something in life.
That was great, ma'am. That was very wonderful. That was good to know. Yeah, that was a great start, ma'am. So, firstly, I would like to ask you that, we would love to really hear the synopsis of your journey to being a teacher and a life skills trainer.
Okay. I will begin with my journey from the beginning. Though there's not much interesting part to it, because I never had any hurdle while doing my schooling or graduation or post graduation. So while I was doing my schooling, I was always a very bright student, and I was good in academics and co-curricular activities. And fortunately, I have a very liberal set of family, and my parents have always supported me in whatever I want to do. So I never had a hurdle in terms of that. But yes, if you ask a hurdle, yes, of course, none of us our lives is without any hurdles. So while I was choosing my subject, and I think this is a problem with most of us, we always get confused as to what subject we have to do because the subjects do decide our future. And in the beginning itself, I was very interested in humanities and social sciences and doing social work. But of course, there was no proper guidance because at that time we never had counseling sessions the way that we have today. So whatever career path we have to choose, it was on our own or our relatives or friends used to tell us. So yes, so while choosing my subject, my teachers always said that you are a bright student, you take science, and I was very interested in science, frankly. Then they said, no, don't take humanities, of course, just like any other teacher or any other person there. They said, just take humanities because there's no much option. And at that time, I, of course, listened to them and I took a course with math, which was never a cup of tea. Somehow I managed doing commerce and with maths and I scored well. But then I realized that this is not where I want to be. Because from the beginning, as I told you, I was never interested in calculations and accounts. It was never my interest area. But because again, lack of direction and lack of guidance, I had to choose a subject which was more easily available. So I did that. But then I decided I'm not going to take it further. I cannot take it further. So I decided I will do sociology. In fact, there's a very interesting story. In school, when I was in class 9, then and there only I decided I will do sociology. But I think didn't take up humanities because at that time sociology was not there in many of the schools.
Right.
So so then after class 12, I decided no, I will do sociology only. This is where I feel like going. And because my parents were very supportive and very liberal, so I took up sociology, did graduation. And then the next section comes next what? So I did post graduation also, and then I actually found a flair towards teaching children sociology specifically because the problems that I had faced in my school days of not knowing the direction, I didn't wanted the next generation to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, I wanted them to know what is sociology, what they can do after sociology, and that's the reason I decided that I am going to be a sociology teacher. Of course, along with all the social activities that I do, that is, of course, that always goes side by side. But then I decided that the youth must know the social sciences, their importance of social sciences as a subject. So I decided I'm going to take up teaching as my career option, that too specifically in sociology. So along with that, I also did guidance and counseling so that because I had gone through this that I didn't get any direction. So I didn't wanted the next generation. I mean, I cannot guide everybody, but whatever few I can in the school, I must do that because they should have some direction in future. Because you know what is the problem? The hurdle, because you always talk about hurdle. In Project Guru also, I think we are talking about the hurdles that the women especially face. And it's not just for women. The hurdles that we face at choosing a career path is that we don't have a direction. And that is the reason we end up choosing the wrong subject. So we take up sciences also. I've heard many students and many other people also, and people around me, they do take up sciences, they do take up engineering. And then later on, they realize that no, this is
Maybe
not
not.
where I want to be. I think
Yes,
the
ma'am.
reason is because we don't have a direction. We don't have a proper guidance. We still don't have counseling sessions properly wherein we know that what we are good at. And let me tell you one thing. This is my personal observation, my personal experience because I've been teaching children. And I feel that if we are intelligent, if we are getting good marks, and if we have a flair for science or commerce, that doesn't mean we'll be good at it.
Yes, ma'am.
We always say that I like it, that's why I think that I'll be good at it. It's not necessary. It's not necessary that something that you like, you'll be good at it. No, because a liking can be temporary, right? You might like the subject because you're studying it at a very very smaller level. I'm acting too much like a teacher, but I think that's the reality, that we end up choosing the options because we feel we like it. And maybe something that we like is not suited for us. Because,
Yes, ma'am.
are you getting it? Because it might not be a passion, it might just be a hobby. So that is one reason why women and not just women, everybody ends up taking a wrong subject. Why? Because we just feel for the time being we like it. And then later on we realize that it's not our cup of tea. And I think it's completely okay to accept that it's not our cup of tea. It's okay, completely okay. Even if, and I feel even if we make a wrong choice, it's not a wrong choice. That's a wrong word to use. It's just not suited for us. It's not a suitable choice. So I also feel we should stop using the word wrong career choice. We can say not suitable career choice.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I think each one of us will definitely land up doing something in life. Of course, we'll not be unemployed in our entire life. We'll land up
Yes,
doing something. So maybe whatever we have chosen is not suitable for us for that point of time. And I think we realize it much later when we complete our science or commerce. Then we realize, and I've seen many people, this is my own personal experience, who take up sciences and now they have their own NGOs. So there's a complete change of field from science to social sciences or social work.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely,
So
ma'am.
yeah, so that's what I feel. My journey, as in if you say there are not hurdles in doing subject or from my family because they're very, very supportive. And the only hurdle was that I did not have the right direction. So somewhere I feel that 2 years of my class 11th and 12th, I would have done much more better. I would have studied more of social science. So, and I think this is the hurdle which all of us do face at a point of time. More than I think the financial hurdle, more than the emotional hurdle, more than the support of the family. Of course, these are hurdles, definitely emotional and social and financial hurdles are definitely hurdles. But I think more than that, there is this hurdle of not having a right career choice or a path.
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. So, like, what would your advice? What would you advise to those who are currently, in a phase that they're like directionless, they constantly doubting themselves, or like they're not able to, they've been witnessing multiple failures, and yeah, like they lack direction at the moment. Like, so what will your advice be to them, to all those?
Okay. So my advice is see, definitely there are counseling sessions wherein we can go and we can have those psychometric tests. I know of that, and then different tests wherein you can go and you can know that what you're good at. But I think the one who knows you the best is you yourself. No one else can tell you what you are good at. And I think, and this is a very practical advice I would like to give you more than bookage, that I think we should start exploring ourselves right from the time when we are in school. Exploration is very, very important. We must start, exploring what we are good at and what gives us peace. If I am good at, for example, taking photographs, I like it. That's my passion. Then we should start exploring. At the same time, without wasting time, we should start working on it. I might not be good at studies, but I might be very good in swimming. I like it. It's okay not to be good in studies, but then I should work very hard to be a good swimmer. So I think from maybe when we are in school and we lack in our education system, we lack all these things. We don't have the infrastructure nor the mental setup that okay, if a child is not good in studies, he or she can just do the studies that he passes class 12. Whatever he is good at, please nurture that, please polish that, please work on that. That is my advice to you. I think whatever the world says, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters to you is your inner satisfaction. I'm sounding more philosophical, but I think that's important. After so many years of experience, I've realized that if you're not satisfied with what you're doing, then even a good salary package cannot keep you happy. You won't be happy.
That
So
was
I
really very insightful, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please go on.
please, Atulya. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, please, if you would like to add something more, then I would, you know, I'd be more than happy.
Okay. So I think to all those young people out there, from the beginning, I mean, I know till class 8, we are still a kid. We don't know who we are and how to explore ourselves. But I think by the time when we're in class 9th and 10th, we kind of, are growing a little mature and we are trying to absorb the environment. So I think from that time we should start exploring our own selves. See, nobody else in the world can tell you what you like. No test, no counselor, no one. We can just guide you. That's it. And I
Yes,
feel it's such a sorry situation that you do not know yourself. It's a very, very sad state, I feel, that we might know all the books, we might be a PhD holder, but we do not know ourselves. And I think the entire aim of education should be knowing ourselves. If I'm a life skills trainer, I always start my sessions with first knowing who you are, the meaning of your name, what do you like, what do you don't like. And I think the entire aim of education and so many books and libraries is just a waste if we do not know ourselves. So I think it's my advice to all the youth there, whether you want to go abroad or whether you don't have direction. First thing, explore who you are, know who you are. What are you good at? And I'm sure you will get an answer. I'm very, very sure. I got an answer. I
that's
came to
very
know that yes, this is what I want to do. My teaching teachers and my parents and counselors were there to guide, of course. But till the time I did not realize, nothing matters. So, the only piece of advice I would like to give to all the youth is please explore yourself rather than wasting your time in, you know, gadgets and filling forms for going abroad and going in for engineering or CA. Before that, of course, that's because before that, know what you like to do, what you
For
are
sure.
good at, what will make you happy for not just 5 or 6 years, but for your entire life.
Right. That was like really very insightful, ma'am. I personally got to learn so much from this. Yes, ma'am. So next question I would like to ask you is that like who has been your biggest support or say motivation throughout your journey? Like who was any one person who you'd like to give the credit of like who you are right now, like what who supported your ambitions and you know who just made you give you the courage to dream and do what you wanted to do. So, ma'am, any inspiration, any support system that you've had in your life?
I would not say one, but many, if you allow me to uh,
Sure.
tell about all those. So, first of all, my family, definitely. Because I have heard stories of different people not getting supported by their families, and that's the reason they end up, choosing a career in which they are not. So definitely my family. And most importantly, my mom. She has always stood by myself. And like an angel, she has always been with me and always, made me dream. I think that is very important. Of course, she might not be well aware of all the subjects, but yes, she always told me to dream, always. And of course, my husband. He has been a very, very big supporter of in whatever I want to do, whatever. Even if I want to teach, if I want to work with an organization, I don't want to work with an organization, I don't want to whatever. And this thing has always been the one who has pushed me to do something else, something more better rather than being that monotonous teacher who is just teaching me. He's always pushed me to do something extraordinary and think extraordinary. And then, Atunya, I would tell you, I always get inspired by. There is this female called as Begum Ruqayya Shekhawat. She was a woman at the time of pre-independence, and she wrote a book. And at that time, writing a book for a woman was a very, very big. She was confined to the walls of her home. She didn't have a supportive family, and she did not even got herself educated. And she wrote a book confined to the walls of a kitchen. And it always inspires me. So whenever we think of people कि we cannot do this क्योंकि हमारा इतना support नहीं है, हम नहीं कर सकते, हमारा health problem है, or we don't have the support. It's so many excuses of not doing something. But whenever I think of her, it always inspires me. She can do it in the walls of a kitchen, in walls of a home. Then I think all of us with so many opportunities today, we can also do that. In fact, we can do much better. So, whenever I sometimes feel lazy not to read a book, or sometimes I blame my, the life chances that I have, that I'm not able to do this because I have a certain problem, or I have so much of work in school, or so much of, other activities I have to do, so that's why I'm not able to do that extra thing. I always think of her.
Yes.
Not just, I always think of all the women who are doing those multitasking, taking care of the home, taking care of the work. I always think of the women. If they can do it, then I think we, with having such a supportive family and all the opportunities and all the, everything is there on a platter. We
Yes.
don't have to really work hard for it. Then why can't we do it? We can. It's just an excuse of not doing it. So
Absolutely,
these
ma'am.
are really, really inspire me. And I would say that these two people, especially my mother and my husband, they've always been a support system.
That's very good to know. Okay, ma'am. So the next question is like, as you must be knowing that Project Guria advocates girl education, and we would like love to hear your views on what, according to you, our society our society can do to create a more enabling environment for girls' education.
Okay.
Like, what's the collective response?
So, okay. First of all, I think let's come to education in terms of women. First of all, I think women should be educated. We always say that women should be educated, and all of us, in fact, should be educated because of financial independence, right? First of all, I think women should be educated not just because of financial independence. Of course, I'm not denying the fact that it's not important. Never. Of course, it's the most important thing. You have to survive. You need money, definitely. So, of course, for financial independence. But I think in the case of women, it becomes more crucial than men. Why? Because education teaches women to be decision makers.
Yes, ma'am.
And in our Indian patriarchal society, we all women, we are not decision makers. We
Yes,
might be the prime minister or president, or I would say a very high ranking official. But at home, we are a daughter in law, a mother, and we're not decision makers there, maybe. Right?
yes,
So I think the entire thing of education for women becomes very crucial more than finance. It's about we acting as decision makers also.
yes, ma'am.
So I think we all should look up to all the the women ministers that are there, and really look up to Draupadi. I really look up to that woman. That how from where she rose and she's become the president of our country. Not just because she belongs to a certain section of the society. More than that, I see a woman there as a decision maker, which is a great achievement. We never thought of women as decision makers.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I think we all should look up to all the ministers. And we should learn from all the women in high-ranking positions. And whenever we say that women are emotional and women cannot take decisions and they are very weak, we should all look up to them as an example. But if they can run a country, they can definitely run a home, and they definitely run anything that you give to them, and with least of opportunities. The first
Yes,
part
ma'am.
to say. Second part, I would say that what we can do for women in terms of education, and again, a very practical point of view I would like to bring here. I think because I have done a lot of field work, so I know, and I know the reason why parents don't send their girl child to school is one reason is definitely because they know they'll get married and then they only aim is to look after the house and household and their husband. So first one is that. More than that, they don't want the women to become superior to men, and that's a reality.
Reality. Yes, ma'am.
It's a reality. I've taken interviews, I've done field work. Our society doesn't want them to grow after a certain level. We want to stop the growth. That's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
reality. So I think we should work upon that. And this can be done, I would say, by educating men and not women. I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
our entire concentration is on educating women. Definitely, yes. But I always feel that we should solve the problem. And the problem lies in the men. Definitely there are many genders. But I think we should think that who is stopping the men from not getting educated? The
Of
women,
course.
and you will be surprised to know, Tulya, it's their mothers, it's the woman's mother more than the father who stops.
Ma'am, women do not support women. Women
Correct.
themselves do not.
Women themselves do not want, because since so many years this has been going on in our country, and it's the women who passes all of these socializing teachings to further to their daughters. I've never seen a man doing it to the daughter. It's always a woman. So I think we should work on those problematic areas.
Yes.
We should always educate the men and the mothers of the daughters and urge them to educate their girl child, and tell them that it's not about financial independence only. An educated woman can be a good mother, can be a good wife. can be a good
Definitely.
homemaker. Yeah. So I think whenever we want to solve the problem of women education, we should, go down to the level of these people and make them understand the need of education. And then only they're going to send their daughters to school. Otherwise, they'll never do that.
Yes, absolutely. And ma'am, one question like that pops up into my mind after listening to all this. So women are often praised for being for being multitasker, for being managing so many things all together, for excelling everywhere. They're praised, they're prayed even, you know. But women also suffer from time poverty. That is, they do not have adequate time for for leisure activities, and like people do not support them in their households, but they praise them. They even they encourage them, but they're not ready to support women, to aid her in other household chores, etc. So yes, ma'am. So I'd like you to elaborate more on that if you can. But this
Okay.
is
Yeah. Yeah, please.
um, uh,
Yeah, so see, this system started with the coming up of industrial societies. Of course, this was a very old system where men were supposed to be the breadwinners and women used to take care of the household. So during the time of the hunter and gatherers, it was decided that, for just for the purpose of convenience, that the male member is going to go out in search of food because at that time food wasn't readily available, and women will take care of those areas which they have preserved for themselves, because during the hunting and gathering times, to preserve the area was very important, otherwise some other group of people can take over that. So just for the purpose of convenience, it was decided that the male member would go out to search for food and the female would be there, preserve the area and take care of the children, right? And this continued for a very long period of time. And when industrialization happened, the this is system suited best for the industrial system, wherein the males are going out and working in the industry, especially in the war, and making railways, making ships, and the women will take care of the household. Just for the purpose of convenience, this was done. But then later on, it continued to what it is today. I'm not getting into the depth of that because we all know what kind of system it's there, and you have also just highlighted that. So it has continued now. And yes, women are multitaskers. They're always appreciated, but they are never. Um, uh, they're always appreciated, but they are never motivated to use their multitasking somewhere else. Provided they have something called as time poverty, as you said, and they have lack of time and lack of resources also, right? So I think the solution to this can be whatever they're good at in household, because earlier this used to happen. Whatever the women was good at, sewing, knitting, pottery, they used to do that at home and sell the products there. They do not have to go out and sell. Now because of capitalism, you really have to move out and do that. So earlier, the women, whatever she was good at, she used to do it at home and sell it from there. So I think we should bring back this old system of the women. Yes, because she has a lot of responsibilities. Let her be at home and let her do whatever she is good at, and then maybe we can help her in selling those products, even if I think that's at a very small scale, but that would really motivate the women and make her feel that it's worth her, she's worth of what she's doing. Again, a very practical.
yes, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, like, what are your future plans, or like, what are your goals in the coming future? What would you want to do more, like, diversify, or what else do you want in future?
See, opinion like others, people might be saying, I want to become this, I want to become that. I am a very simple person and I am very content in whatever I'm doing. And I believe in a very simple life. I don't very hush hush in my life. Because I feel whatever little I do, if that is helping the society, I think my job, my aim of coming to the life is completed. So in future, I would really like to work more and more for the people in whatever smaller way I can. And I wish to have my own organization, just like maybe Sarkari school, and have projects like the way you are doing, and work for the society. Because I feel whatever I can do fulfills my aim of being here. So I cannot give you, big things that I want to do this, I want to do that, because I've never thought of that. Frankly telling, I never thought of it. I'm happy with whatever I'm doing. I'm content because I feel whatever little I'm doing is helping at least 1 out of 100 people, if not more.
For
So
sure.
I don't know or earn a lot of money. I'm happy. But yeah, I would definitely, that's my future plan, that I would like to reach out to more and more people and make them more confident, make them more passionate through my uh, teachings and through my philosophical thoughts.
Yes, ma'am. That's very nice, ma'am. So, lastly, I would like to ask you that what would you like to say to our audience as parting remarks to all the young aspiring girls out there?
Okay, I have another quote for everyone. Okay. Quote: if an opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Unquote. Which means that don't wait for an opportunity. Don't wait for a job offer to come to you. Don't wait for a career stream to open up for you. Don't wait.
Just create it.
Just keep doing. I'm very sure the paths will open. It's my personal experience. Just keep doing. On your own, the way would be made. On your own, you'll find people who would be ready to help you. On your own, you'll find all what you want. So just keep doing whatever you are doing with wholeheartedness and with the innocence. That's very important, which is missing these days. The innocence that you really want to do, and definitely you'll find the path. Don't wait for it.
Ma'am, since this platform also aims to achieve, like along with the achievements, this platform aims to celebrate the failures of women. Like it's basically the failures that make us achieve great things. So, ma'am, could you please reflect upon all the failures, so the biggest failure that you've had in your life, and how did you overcome it? And you know, how did you get motivated to just not to get paralyzed but to work in that moment, just to not give up, and despite setbacks you just tried? So what was that, ma'am? Basically we would like to know.
Okay. So as I told you in the beginning, I'm fortunate enough that I never had major hurdles or setbacks also, in fact, in my career choices and my whatever I wanted. I told you I've achieved that somehow. But yes, if you really want me to pinpoint one, so I share an experience with you because it's not possible that none of we don't have even a single failure. So yeah, so while I was working in an organization and I was at the peak of my career there, so I had to leave the organization because I thought that would do something else. I was not interested anymore. So I left that and I did something else, and I would not say that I was a failure in that something else, but I did not achieve what I wanted to. So, at that time, I felt that okay, that trial is definitely important. And then I feel bad also because at that time I was at the peak of my career. Promotion was just about to come in, the salary hike was just about to come in, and I left all of that for doing something else in life. And Atulya, that's the point when I was talking about I'm content. That's the reason I feel that incident actually made me feel that we should be content in whatever we have.
Yes.
And we should not always be after, or better, or better, or better. See, I'm not saying the fact that we should be satisfied. There's a difference between being content and satisfied. If we are satisfied, we'll never aim for success.
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
satisfied. ठीक है, we are
Yes.
satisfied. अब तो successful नहीं होना चाहते, हम नहीं होंगे.
Yes,
There's a difference. Never be satisfied, but be content and be grateful to whatever God has given to you. So that failure or that switch of my perception, or that was actually setback, more than setback. That was a lesson for me to be grateful and be content in whatever you have got. So that failure taught me, failure in my switching over the career choice taught me that stability is definitely important.
That was wonderful to know, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was an inspiring session, and like, it was very great to hear from you. And wishing you good luck in future in your future endeavors, and just keep doing such notable work and bringing change in numerous lives, ma'am. So, as we have come to an end of this lovely evening, before winding up, it is an absolute delight to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee to Hitashi ma'am, who spared her time today for us. And thank you so much. We're truly obliged. And we got to learn so much from you. The session was truly very insightful. I would also like to thank everyone from the team, including Abhishek Ranjan sir for the technical support, the team leads, and the fellow volunteers for coordinating the event. And thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day ahead. It was really
Thank
nice
you,
to have you.
Guria Sarkari School, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma'am. It was our pleasure. It was our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.